Make sure that's working. Yes, let's get into Dragonlance once again. So, last week, you all managed to meet each other on the road to Vogler. A few of you had some tests to do, a test of high sorcery. One person wandered off into the woods and connected with a god that up to now has been silent. You also did battle with some draconian warriors, these strange winged creatures. They didn't fly at you for some reason. They kind of flew like a chicken, right? Taking short, brief flights and running towards you. And who was it that turned to stone? I forget. It was
Arson.
Arson, yes, turned to stone. But turned out it wasn't so much stone, but he was trapped in stone, which he would have died there eventually. And then, joining forces with some old friends, some new friends, together with a couple of travelling companions. There was Rig the dwarf, and Livna, who's the full knight of Solomnia, and who Ilva is the squire to. So this is where we'll pick it up. So you're about an hour or so away from the Vogler itself. And up in the distance, you see a group of, looks like some type of, perhaps a mercenary band. You see there's about 20 or so of them. And they've just camped out on the village about 10 minutes or so away from town. They see you approaching. They don't pay you much attention. So, heroes of the Dragonlance, what would you like to do?
I guess Ilva's gonna ride next to Levina and just ask quietly, are these the who are these people? These armed soldiers?
Well, that I can't tell you. I'm not sure who they are. Perhaps they're here for the funeral as well. I'm not sure.
Maybe just keep an eye open just in case. Wonder whether they are guarding this area. Maybe something happened before. Maybe they are more of those draconian creatures that we encounter.
Tell you what, Teo, make me a perception check. See if you can get a better read on these group of people. So make a perception check. Keep in mind that this roll will set up the entire tone of this session, so no natural ones, please.
14?
14, not bad. Okay, so at a rough head count, you notice 20 of them. You notice your DM sneezing. It's hanging around.
One more.
Go away, sneeze.
I always look up at the light. Light helps me sometimes.
Okay, okay, it's gone for now, but if I sneeze mid-sentence, I apologize. So a group of about 20 of them. They all look well armed. Like a lot of them are wearing scale mail leather armor. And the most noticeable thing, there seems to be a half ogre there. A massive creature that's towering over the rest of them. And the rest of them are human for the most part. And that's what you get for a 14 Tater.
Do they have any banner or like a symbol, a common theme among them?
Not that you could see.
Okay. From here, I cannot tell much. I can kind of. I think there is a semi-ogre among them, but not sure what business are they for. Let's continue, and hopefully they are just guarding the path to avoid additional conflict.
What time of day is it when we arrive?
It's early afternoon, like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, something like that.
Okay. Well, and when's the funeral?
The funeral's tomorrow.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, no, no,
So, I guess-
the funeral's today, today, in the evening, this evening.
Okay. So, I guess we have a few hours to spare.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we could try to look around. Maybe we encounter something of interest.
Maybe sounds like a plan. Or around.
It's kind of tough to go around them. There's a bit of a, as you see on the map up here, there's a bit of a valley entering towards you, and they can just take up camp either side of the road. So to go around them would be a quite a large detour.
I think if these guys are settled there. They are just simply, protectors of the city. I don't see any corpses or any signs of them, fighting in commerce.
Yeah, that's correct. No signs of combat or anything like that.
If you prefer, I can go ahead and talk with them.
Yeah.
I maybe okay. I move forward to the big group.
Okay, so you more move forward to the group. Just sounds like just you at the moment, Teo, and they once again, what you confirmed is about a group of about 20 of them. Some of them are practicing sword drills, like going back and forth, using the flat of their swords and training. And let me just get something. Yeah, you see a female dwarf comes up to you. Now, this is a bit of an odd piece of artwork, but if you look at the dwarf on the left of the boat, that's the person you see. And she says, hello lad, you're here for Espen's funeral, are ya?
Yeah, you're right. I saw this big group, and we were wondering whether it's a safe path to the town.
Well, if you're here for Espen's funeral, you're most welcome. Wait, is that your friends over there? Bring them over. Let's introduce
Yeah, sure.
ourselves.
And I make a gesture to my group to come.
Okay, so I'm
yeah,
gonna...
we go over.
Okay. Oh, well, welcome to Volga, everybody. My name is Cudgel Ironsmile. It is an absolute pleasure to meet you. Who do I have the honor of addressing here?
Yeah, would you like to introduce yourself first?
Oh, Cudgel Ironsmile. I thought I just said that.
Oh, I said so to Teo.
Oh,
Sorry, no, yeah. My name is Teo Mundast. I met Ispin many years ago. He was a good friend of my grandfather.
The amount of people that Ispin knew couldn't be counted if you had a million hands. A pleasure to meet you, Teo. And what about you're a knight of Solomnia, are you, lass? He says towards Ilva.
Oh, yes. Just a squire, though. And nods towards her mentor.
A squire, I understand. Look, I used to go out adventuring with Ispin. There's Cudgel to myself, Ispin, and Becklin as well. You meet Becklin, she's in town. She's a knight of Solomnia as well. Now, let me just say, there's a lot of tension, a lot of anger, a lot of resentment around the Knights of Solomnia. But if you're anything like Becklin, then I can send you a good person in my book. I know how, there's things in the past. But a pleasure to meet you. Now, what about you? You're a wizard? Wearing the white cloaks?
Yes. I just recently got these robes. But yeah, I'm a sorcerer, some would call me, I assume. And yeah, I've had the pleasure of knowing Ispen for a little while, sharing some experiences. He was a good man.
He was a good lad indeed. Pleasure to meet you. My eyes don't deceive me. I see a couple of elves.
Ah, yes. I am Arson. This is my friend Gwyn.
Pleasure to meet you, I must admit. Surprised to see elves this far north, but you're most welcome. Friends of Ispin as well, I assume?
Oh, yes, yes. A few years ago, we met Espen traveling on the road, and he asked us to help him with some goblins that were, yes, how you say, troubling a village. During the war, they thought they could just come in and raid as they seemed fit, so we took care of a few goblins.
That sounds exactly like that Ispin I know. Now, I'll tell you what. We're out here. It's a funeral of Ispin tonight. There'll be, I'm sure some laughs will be had. But tomorrow we have the festival. And the culmination of the festival will be a reenactment of the Battle of High Hill, where the Knights of Solomnia stood up to Ishtar and had a glorious victory. We are participating in the reenactment of the battle. Of course, no swords, just wooden swords, the reenactment. And it'd be an absolute pleasure if you could join me there.
That's quite interesting indeed.
It
What was
sounds
it?
fun.
Oh, yeah.
It sounds quite interesting indeed. Yeah, it sounds like fun.
Yeah, and as I said, Ilva, maybe you can maybe obviously be on the side of the Knights of Solomina. We'll be playing the roles of the Knights of Ishtar, as it were. Should be a lot of fun.
Yes, sure. That sounds interesting.
Yes. Combat sounds good.
Well, yeah, well, reenactment of combat. I can't emphasize that enough.
Yes, as long as no one gets hurt, I think that sounds fine.
I'm sure there'll be some bruises, maybe a broken bone or two, but that will be the limit of it.
Hopefully not too severe.
Hopefully.
Normal sparring injuries.
Bruises, maybe a broken finger. If a very unlucky, a broken arm. But it should be fine.
I wonder how many people came to the funeral. Ispin is, a man who traveled a lot, so I wonder whether the funeral would be well attended.
Well, I know at least 100 people have made the trip here to Vogler. I'm sure there's a lot more, but with the rumors of war, travel can be a bit more difficult during these times. I'm sure we could have had tenfold that, but time, money, war.
Do you really think that the war is near?
Well, it hasn't gotten as far as here near Vogrel. I hear there's been some trouble in some elven lands. Is that true, Arsene, Gwyn?
Sorry, one more time, I didn't catch it there.
I hear the elven kingdoms have had some trouble with some war.
Oh, yes, our distant cousins, the Dragon Armory invaded, and they've been fleeing and kind of overcome our woodlands and such.
If war hasn't reached us here yet, it is certainly on the horizon.
And these are bad news indeed, yeah.
What was that, sorry?
These are bad news indeed. I'm gonna wear my headphones, which will hear me better. Sorry.
Sure. Bad news indeed. Well, we've got to get back to practicing for the battle. A pleasure to meet you all, and if you're a friend of Ispin, you're a friend of mine.
Good to meet you, mate.
Pleasure.
Okay. Can those who think they have... anybody who's proficient in insight, can you make me an insight check, please? Okay, Gwyn, a +6 is nice, but a 12 is not. Yep. Okay, so it looks like only Gwyn took note of something. But she
I'm
failed
not
to
so
talk about
proficient, but an 8
Ah.
is not good enough.
Ah, my goodness.
Ouch.
What are we doing?
Both of you
All
are
the
very,
sixes
very
in the highest
insightful, but not today.
We are distracted with the half og.
Half ogre, even bigger than a half orc. Massive creature, 10 feet tall. Maybe not 10 feet, maybe 8 feet tall. Massive, anyway. Okay, so thank you for rolling those dice. I appreciate it. And you arrive in Vogler proper. You come across and you approach the river gate. And it's unguarded. Oops. It's unguarded. It's a tall 15-foot archway carved with 2 leaping fish across its frame. And you notice over the ears, local have etched coin-sized scales of these fish with prayers for bountiful fishing. So it's got these 2 fishes that form the arch, and they've kind of carved in something resembling that. Just little small things, you presume, for good luck. And you see the village around you. It is starting to buzz. Yeah, and it clings to a spit of land reaching into the Vingard River. The wooded cliffs overlook the community, and the only path from the north descends past the ivory-covered remains of a crumbling stone keep, which you see here, Thornwell Keep. The village's modest wooden buildings cluster around a quaint central circle and along the river bank. Jutting into the river, out of place and seemingly out of time, stands an incomplete stone bridge of incredible artisanship. The structure clearly dates before the cataclysm, eclipsing its modern peers in size and sturdiness. The bridge crosses less than half the river's width before giving way to a series of ropes and tethered rafts serving as ferries. On the river itself, dozens of small boats drift along the slow, murky waters as the fishers of Vogler ply their trade. And already now, as mentioned by Cudgel, you see banners going up, games of skill, games of chance being prepared. Now, I will note out that in the Brass Crab, which is over here, that's where Beckland asked you to meet her. This is what the invite said. But the village is yours to explore. So, Heroes of the Dragonlance, what would you like to do?
Did you say there was like games or something being set up
Yes, for tomorrow.
for tomorrow?
Yeah, so set-up time.
It has been a really long trip, and I can definitely use some warm water and take a bath. I'm gonna be heading to the Brass Crab, see whether there are still some rooms that we can book. Do you guys want to join?
Yeah, I think that sounds like a good idea. If there's a lot of people traveling here, it might be a good idea to try to reserve some rooms for us.
Yes, and maybe I can teach you all how to play a certain dice game I have a favor for. As he throws up these dice, and they're kind of this off yellowish hue, and the dice are made out of dragon bones.
Ooh.
I'm all in as far as there's no money involved.
Yeah, I would like to play as well, but of course I'm not really comfortable with gambling.
Levna, does the measure say something about games of chance?
Frowned upon, but not strictly forbidden. Games of skill, yes. Games of chance, less so. So while not forbidden by the code, frowned upon, shall we say. I'll leave the choice in your hands, Ilva.
Well, there's a little bit of skill involved in this. Some chance, some skill.
This is a lesson you need to learn, Ilva. Some people who gamble claim it's a game of skill, when really it's a game of chance favoring the person proposing the game. I'm not saying that of you, Arsene, but I'm sure you know the type.
Oh, indeed.
I got it.
Yes. It's because you work in an actual casino, right, Doug?
Yes, yes, I do.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think we head to the brass crab, see how
Hmm.
how
And,
busy it is.
I don't know about you guys, but I might take a pit stop over at a bar or something on the way, get a drink before bed.
I think that sounds like a lovely idea, to be honest. Maybe we'll meet some other prior companions to Ispin.
Oh, I'm
Mm,
sure.
drinks and dice, perfect combination.
Okay. So you make your way through the town of Vogler. One thing you notice about the locals here, they're very friendly. Lovely group of people. Some of you just randomly come up and shake your hand and say, welcome to town. Some little kids that, circling around you, giggling, touching your horse, Ilva. It's an unusual looking horse, is the Archer shared, and they're very curious about it. So some of them, you can tell the kids are being dared to run up and touch the horse, and they run away screaming. All very good natured. And people say just welcome, g'day. So very friendly town. I'm sure in your previous adventures you've come across less friendly towns. Vogler is just lovely. And the children gratefully accept the flowers from you here, and they immediately one young lass immediately starts trying to plait it into her hair, and a boy with shorter hair tries to do it and fails miserably, but they're having a good time. Okay, so this continues as you make your way through the town until eventually you get into the Brass Crab. Now, the Brass Crab, it's a modest single-story inn on the village wharf, and its exterior vaguely resembles a brass crab, just vaguely though. And as you enter, you see there's a musician about to start playing. It's busy, but not quite overcrowded yet. Um, uh, a young woman. She welcomes you. Uh, welcome to the Brass Crab. Pleasure to have you. Will you be staying the night, or can I get you some food?
Yes to both.
Mixture of both.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
I think we were talking about some beer too, no?
Some beer, ale.
You
Yes, I
can?
can get that for you. No problem.
Oh, that ale will be amazing.
Tell you what.
Beer, yes, please.
Why don't I bring you some a fish dish my father just prepared, and I'll bring a round of ale for everybody. We'll just keep a
Oh, that's fantastic.
tab going, but it'll be a silver piece for the ale and the meal. I'll collect it for you. You look like good people. And she bustles off. And before you have a chance to really do much else apart than ordering food, a person approaches you. Now I have some art for her, and this is what she looks like. Okay, just a second. Oh, sorry, I just lost my notes here. Ah. So, even before she approaches, she's fairly hard to miss. As you can see from an art, she's an older woman. Her hair is already growing to grey, but she stands with a straight, sturdy back. And you, Ilva, especially recognize that the helm she's carrying marks her plainly as a Knights of Solomnia. Um, you can tell she's takes great pride in her armor. It's shined and polished. There's her sword and her shield, similar type of things. Although her sword is shield, you can see the leather handle is wrapped in this mighty great sword by her side. And she
I
grabs.
assume the
Mhm.
emblem is. It looks like a rose. Would
Ah,
that be correct to assume that she is a Knight of the Rose?
yes, yes. A well spotted Christian, but Ilva would have noticed that immediately as well. She is indeed a Knight of the Rose. Sorry, she's a Knight of the Crown. I tell a
Oh,
lie. Order of the Crown. So we both got it wrong. And she sees a spear seat at your table and she says, may I take a seat with you? I believe I know who you are. May I have a seat?
Oh, please, yes.
of course, Miss. I mean, lady.
Um, no need to salute. It's fine. Take a seat. So my name is Bicklin Utherviharden. Bicklin. I'm a Knight of Slumnia, an Order of the Crown. Now, I know who you are. I recognize your description. I assume you all got my invitation okay, otherwise you wouldn't be here. But Teo, Ilva, Andva, Arsen, and Gwyn, it is an absolute pleasure to meet you in person.
The pleasure is mine. I heard so many stories about you when I was a kid. I have to say, I'm embarrassed to say that I thought you would be older, but in this armor, you look like in the stories I heard when I was younger.
Well, I think my adventuring days are behind me. Me and Ispin and Cudgel were quite the terrible trio there for a while. We had plenty of adventures together, many a tall tale we can share, and I assume you're all friends of Ispin, otherwise wouldn't you be here? But it's a pleasure to meet you.
Real pleasure.
Nice to meet you as well.
Pleasure's ours, I would assume.
Well, that is a good assumption, no doubt. Well, like I see you, Ilva. You're an aspiring knight of the Solomnia.
Oh yes, I'm being squired by Levna, Lady Dracorn here. Uh, I think she has high hopes for me. I hope.
She says, "Oh, indeed, I do have high hopes for him." And Becklin says, "Well, it's good to see someone else taking up the mantle of the Knights of Solomnia. As I said, I'm in semi-retirement here. Well, I have no official position here. The locals like me having round when we're raided by bandits and the like. A lot of them sees a well-dressed, well-armored woman, and they just run the other way. Otherwise, they feel the edge of my greatsword. But in the meantime, a bit of a passion project, you could say. I'm looking to bring Thornwall Keep back to its glory days. It's going to take me a number of years, but that's my, I guess, passion project, shall we say.
Seems like a noble mission.
Well, it's noble. I happen to be a firm believer that we can learn much from the past. I mean, yes, there's immediate past, the cataclysm, there's much to be learned from there, no doubt. And as I restore Thornwall Keep, I find it's like reconstructing history. It's very therapeutic, and I'm fascinated by the past because there's so much we can learn from it.
And curious, there's still writings and books and items from the past there, or it has been sacked?
There are some that come up under the rubble every now and then. It's a happy day when I find some, but this will keep me busy until I start on the next great adventure.
I see.
Well, Gwen and myself remember what it was like back then.
It was dark times for sure. Did you
Indeed.
fight in the original battles around the Cataclysm? And Ishtar, shall we say, was a little angrier than it is now.
I did, yes.
Yes, my fighting was more done in the shadows, but yes, I was also a part of the fights.
And Gwyn, you're more frontline?
You could say that. And I'll kind of absent-mindedly like rub. I have my old, very faded Knight of Salamnia thing on my quiver that is very noticeable. I don't keep it hidden.
I see on your quiver there you have some Knights of Salamnia symbol. Where did you get that from?
It was almost as if it was another lifetime ago, but I'm not that same person anymore.
I can respect that. The Cataclysm was a cataclysmic event. People change. Well, unless you have any further questions for me, I'm going to be preparing the funeral arrangements, which are just a couple of hours away.
Rosine.
Before I leave, though, I have a request and a gift. Now, Gwyn, I see the longbow you have on your back. Do you have a longbow, Gwyn, or is it a short bow?
I do. It's a longbow.
It's a longbow. I noticed the longbow on your back, Gwyn. I assume you know how to use that?
I do.
Come this evening, we'll put the body of Ispin out on a funeral barge, and we'll be pushing him out into the Vingard River. We need someone to shoot a flaming arrow to set his funeral pyre ablaze as he drifts into the Vingard River. Do you think, Gwyn, you could take such a shot?
I would be honored.
All right. Well, I'll give you the nod during the funeral and let that little arrow fly. Now, as far as the gift, I have a gift for you, but I don't think it's appropriate to give you the gift just yet. But if you come meet me at the Thornwood Keep come morning, I will have a gift for you there.
Tomorrow morning after the funeral?
Well, the funeral tonight, come to the Thornwood Keep first thing in the morning, and you'll have plenty of time to enjoy the festivities around Vogler.
Yes,
Okay.
that sounds really nice. I guess we'll meet you there at dawn.
It's at dawn. I'm up nice and early. So, it's an
Morning it is.
absolute pleasure to meet you. And Vogler, not Vogler, Ispin Greenshield talked about you fondly. And any friends of Ispin are very, very good friends of mine by proxy. But I bid you adieu. I will see you both at the funeral and at the Thornwood Keep come morn. Good day to you all. And Becklin
Good day.
Good day.
Good day.
Good day.
gets up. You've got about let's say about an hour, maybe 2 hours before the funeral starts at dusk. And your fish dish and your ale are brought out.
After eating, I would like to maybe take a bath. So I'm gonna get my room and go upstairs and rest maybe half an hour or something like that.
Sure.
And I have a question. So now that I'm alone there, I would like to check my stuff, the one that I got in my dreams.
Sure. You take you put a cloth sack on it, is that right? To stop
Yes, just to cover the upper part. Yes.
You take it off, and as I explained before, it's even without the green magical effect at the top, it's a very fine staff with vines kind of twisting around itself and then green light coming from the top. If you like, you can make me an Arcana check, Teo.
I'm going. That will be a 14.
14. One thing you do know was a gift from your deity. You're not entirely sure what it does apart from glow. So that's what you get for the 14, I think.
Okay, and I guess I cannot manage to increase or decrease the light of the staff.
Not at the moment, no.
Okay,
So
I will
once
cover it back
Yeah.
and then rest and take a bath.
Okay, cool. Easy enough to do. We'll say for the staying at the Brass Crab and the food, we'll say 5 silver pieces for food and accommodation. So we need to sort that out amongst yourselves.
I just removed everything, so Anvar will pay for it this time.
Okay, nice. By the way, Tay, you can absolutely clean up, but the funeral starts, so it's not really time to go to bed yet, unless you want to miss the funeral.
While
Sorry.
we're
I take a quick bath and then I go to the funeral. Yeah.
Sure.
while we're eating and drinking, Andor will drink his beer pretty slowly, and he'll look over to Ilva and be like, "Do you think there's enough time to maybe practice using a swords? I haven't really been using one before, and I kind of want to do good in the reenactment, not to get hurt or not hurt anybody else either. Do you think you could give me like a quick lesson, perhaps?"
Oh yeah, sure, Anvar. I guess I could do that. Let me just get washed up a bit, and then I'll be ready. I think. Just get some grime off myself.
Of course, of course.
So we'll say both of you get cleaned up, and you maybe go to the village circle. Would be good as practice as a way as anything. So why don't you explain to me, both of you, how the practice goes?
I'll show Anvar how to properly sheath and unsheath the sword, how to do a clean swipe with it, how to avoid going for the hedge in practice combat, I could say. Yeah, work on stances, footwork.
Hmm.
I'm sure this is how I think it should be. I'm more prefer the spear myself, but yeah.
Well, maybe try to pick a weapon that's not too hard to handle. I see a lot of people wear these long swords. Maybe something shorter, or would you recommend using a spear instead?
Spear is more easier, I think. It's easy to pick up. You have a pointy end. You point the pointy end at the enemy, and you stab. Swords are more complicated. You can learn how to parry and block, and there's a lot of footwork involved. But well, there's a reason spears are the most used weapon, I think. So yeah, easy to learn, hard to master. But
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. What about the shield? Should I pair a shield and a spear together?
yeah, that works. Hide behind the shield, poke.
Yeah, seems effective. Maybe I'll try that.
Why don't you make me an attack roll with your spear, Anvar? We'll see how good the training is.
I'll just use the quarterstaff, which I have in my inventory.
Sure.
Ooh, it's fine.
Not bad. Okay. So you continue training and learning the ways of combat via the... still a bit green around the gills, I think it would be fair to say about Ilva, but well on her way. And Gwyn, you're what rebraids your hair and just looking around the market of the funeral. And Anvar, Arson, you're keeping an eye on her.
Can I
Yep.
attempt to? I basically want to try to hide from Arson and sneak up on him
Ooh.
Well, I
because
think.
he's just following me like another elf wouldn't notice.
Okay. Well, Arson is actively follow. Yeah. So Arson, make a perception check, and Gwyn make
Oh.
a stealth check.
Ah, crap.
Perception. Okay, sorry, perception.
Let's go. Natural 1. Woo! Never mind.
Oh,
You're hard to miss, Gwyn. So many locals to bump into.
I'm far too distracted. That's fine.
Arson, seeing her trying to do this, he'll sneak around her and whisper in her ear, "Nice try."
Whatever. I'm just gonna stick my tongue out at you, and I'm done.
That's almost Batman-like coming up. I'm right behind you.
Yeah, literally.
Okay. So, you wander around and play hide and seek, and then eventually dusk comes, and you know it's time to gather on the docks outside the wharf, outside the Brass Crab. So after cleaning up, after practicing, after playing hide and seek, you go to the wharf. Already the body of Ispin is in the boat. And it's not only you, but those who were the closest to Ispin Greenshield have gathered on the dock overlooking the Vingard River. There, Ispin bodies rest in a small boat, his body wrapped in a shroud. And a musician is playing a soft song as Knight Becklin steps forward in her ornate Solamic armor. She smiles at those assembled, and her voice carries clear across the river. And she begins. You all knew Ispin as a friend, and there were none like him. Before he died, he told me this. There should be tales, and not tears, for an old scoundrel like me. Make sure everyone knows my stories when I head off to the greatest adventures of them all. And then Becklin nods, and villagers carry the boat containing Ispin's body to the dock edge, where she and Cudgel, who is a dwarf you met outside of town, lower it into the water. And they press it off into the water. And it just drifts into the water, slowly heading down the Vingard River. And at this point, it's about 100 feet away. And Becklin turns towards you, Gwyn, and nods.
Is this gonna be like embarrassing?
Oh, you light up your arrow and you send it flying down the river, and it misses. Maybe try that again, lass.
Amazing.
ooh.
This time, the armor class was 15 to hit it, by the way, so 14 was close. But on your second attempt, your arrow flies straight and true, lit, and lodges right in the center of the funeral pyre that's been built onto this barge. The funeral pyre / boat, immediately catches fire, and people let out a clap, almost as in a potential embarrassment for Gwyn. They were all looking very uncomfortable, but almost as a relief. They cheer as the arrow hits the funeral pyre and bursts into flame as it continues to float down the Vingard River. People watch this funeral pyre light up, and eventually it just sinks down into the Vingard River itself. And Becklin starts talking again. Well, as per Ispin's wishes, we need to tell tales of tales, not tears. So, I suggest we all reconvene in the Brass Crab, and we can talk to our heart's content about Ispin Greenshield. So you and many other people head over to the Brass Crab. And once again, Becklin takes the lead. So people are gathering together and just chatting, and Becklin calls everybody's attention. And he tells the story of how there was an artillerist of Mount Nevermind who used this mighty catapult to launch a pet weasel all the way from the known enclave to Sandcrest Island. And he tells a story how Ispin was sent to retrieve this pet weasel, and the adventures he had going and searching out for this hamster, and the friends he met along the way. And if anybody else has a story, please, now would be the time to share.
I would
I've
love
got
to.
Oh, there you go. You go first.
Oh, sorry. I would love to tell a story. He's been used to come to my town when I was a kid. He was a good friend of my grandfather, and he will bring toys for us to play when we were younger. And my father, being proud man, will give some coins or some not really valuable things to him, but he will accept them, of course, as he was really warm-hearted. But my mother was a really proud woman, so one day she gave him a funny hat, with the head of a goat, and it's been not knowing whether it was really a joke or a present. He took it and he went into adventure with this hat with the head of the goat. And my brother and I found him the next day in the middle of the forest, cuddling with a chimera. The chimera had only one head alive. The goat, the back, so the male goat head of the chimera was still alive. And he told us that the chimera attacked him, but the head, it was a god from the chimera, fell in love with the hat and killed the other two heads. And when he was bleeding on the ground, the rest of the chimera cuddled him until we found him. So it was really, really funny story that I remember from him, and yeah, it's something I will take with me.
Becklin raises her glass and says, "To Ispin!" And the story of the goat.
Silly old Espin.
Well, in the vein of remaining funny, I suppose. One time, Ispin spent the night in a rock's nest high in the Vanguard Mountains, and but when he woke up, he realized that he'd fallen asleep while searching for this egg, and Mother Rock found him. He had hatched from an egg, and it began regurgitating partially digested food for him to eat. It was several hours in the nest before the mother left again for more food, and he was able to leave. Needless to say, he did not go back out looking for eggs ever again.
To the story of Ispin and the rock. Ispin!
For Ispin.
Well, do you want to share something, Ilva?
I could. I'm trying not to make it too somber, so Well, I knew it's been a few years ago. Got to know him when, well, I was nearly on death's door, and it's thanks to him that I could learn how to fight and could become a squire of the Knights of Solemnia. It's all thanks to his training and teaching. But after those training sessions, well, you all know probably that Ispin used to be fond of idioms, proverbs, and the like, funny sayings, and shared how we got to use them, where he learned them from. Was this old funny man, strange and befuddled, who he shared a campfire with one evening. But when he woke up, Ispin saw that the man was gone, and but he always said he remembered the advice he offered. The likes of, well, I'm not sure if Ispin really. He kept changing them around, and I'm not sure what they actually mean. Perhaps they mean something in Soblamnik. Let's see. He kept saying, "Gold glitters. If you wander, you can become lost. If you are old, you are strong and protected from the cold. Ashes can suddenly become ignited, and shadows are also light. And blades that are broken can be reforged, and even crownless people can be kings." I'm not sure what that means, but well, it was always funny when Ispin kept saying it, and I kept wondering what it all meant.
Who the wisdom of Ispin. Ispin!
It's been
It's been.
It's been. Well, I think I would like to share some words as well. I guess there's no big secret that Ispin was a great warrior, but he was also a great man and he had a kind heart. Uh, with a little time I, well, spent with Ispin and was lucky enough to, well, share his tales, um, we traveled, well, around a couple of towns, and wherever we went, Ispen was kind enough to help everyone he met in needs. So I think it's also important to remember that, well, uh, it's important to be kind to the people you meet because that would make you, well, become a better man. So just because you're a good warrior doesn't necessarily mean you're a great man, but it's important to also remember to help the people in need. And Ispin has, well, inspired me to become a better person in this way. And yeah, I think that's important to remember as well.
Declan is just about to do another toast when this young gentleman wanders in. As you can see, he's about 16 years old, uh, very, very finely dressed, significantly more than the locals. His dress is just fantastic compared to the commoner clothes that he wears around him. He looks quite fit. He carries himself well. And before Becklin has a chance to, raise another glass to Ispin, he says, "Oh my God, that is so boring. I've heard these tales 1,000 times. Why must you romanticize Ispin?" He looks around, daring for someone to reply.
Can I punch him in the face?
You can certainly try.
Okay. Let's
I
have a
want to
look.
sneak behind him, like down on all fours for when she punches him. He like falls over my body.
Okay, let's have a look. 15. So, you wind up and punch him square in the chest, and your fist immediately starts stinging. He's wearing some type of plate armor underneath his fine clothes, and you just crumple him. It helps as well that Arson is behind him as well, and he falls back and stumbles and he scrambles back to his feet and he looks at you and says, "How dare you lay your hands on me like this, peasant?"
Andor would like to try to interrupt them,
Interrupt him
just
how?
to try to get up between them.
Okay. So he's well, a kid, mostly a kid. He's, as I said, he's 16, so not a child, but in a sense you're beating up on a kid. And so you push your way between him and... Oops, sorry, let's get this. And he's trying to push his way towards Gwyn. And he is going to try and push his way through. And by pushing his way through, he rolls an 18 to try and get past you. Who was it? Anvar, I think.
Yeah.
So athletics.
Athletics. 18. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna make that. Oh, I what?
19.
Hey!
So he tries to push past you, this lithe Anvar, the human, and doesn't quite get past. And he continues to waggle a finger in your defense.
I'm just gonna say, please, try to restrain yourself. Are
I'm
you
just gonna
hurt?
stick my tongue out at him and tell him to be more respectful.
Look, my blood, my looks, and my skill is everything about me is better than you. And how dare you place your hands on a noble, you peasant.
I sneak behind him with a dagger and say, "Your skill didn't see this coming, did it?"
Oh no.
Oh, guards! Guards, this brute has pulled a knife on me. Please, guards!
Yeah,
You'll
put
punish me.
that up. Put it up. Put it up.
Arsene.
Put it away. It was just a scare tactic.
Okay. Who did he refer to? Was it Anvar or was it Gwyn when he says?
Gwyn
Okay,
punched
yeah.
him. Yeah. My blood, my looks, and my skill, everything about me is better than you. And you sucker punched me. If we were to go in an even competition, 1-on-1, my swordship, which is plainly superior to yours, would cut you down like the peasant you are.
Would you like to find out?
Yes, indeed.
Make an intimidation check, Gwyn.
Okay, here we go, guys. Amazing. Woohoo!
You
Guys, forget this young man. We are here to celebrate Ispin. You seems to be like a lord or a noble of the city. If you are not having fun with these tales, you don't have to stay here. There are plenty of places you can go.
Well, and he takes a very exaggerated sniff. Wow, the sniff and the stench of these peasants is quite grotesque. And you lot, you that sucker punched me, you that tripped me, you that prevented from teaching me this peasant letter, the stank is far too much for my noble nose. So I will leave, but do not forget my name. My name is Baccharis Uth.
Oh, I'm sorry. Who are you again?
I do not expect peasants like you to recognize noble blood where they see it, but Barakas Uth Estide. Do not forget my name. I'll be a force the world will recognize, and they will see how great I am.
Do we see in the room Becklin?
Yeah, she's pinching the bridge of her nose and just shaking it back and forth.
Oh, I'm sorry. Whoever your name is, us elves, we live long time. Many specks like you that can be easily forgotten. Name again, please.
Baccharis Uth Estide.
Okay. Baccharis Ooster. I got you.
You are a simpleton. Look, I've wasted too much time already. You can mourn Ispin, tell her the exaggerated tales. I have no time for this. And Baccharis leaves. Back rub rooster.
Back rub rooster.
I will approach Becklin if quietly I can do so. And I will ask her, is he related to you?
No, he is not related to me. Him and his father came here 10 years ago. According to what they was told, their castle was raided by some some bugbears, I think he said, or something anyway, and they were forced out, and they relocated here. And they live in the West Hyde house, which is by far the most glorious residence here. And this is just typical behavior of the little shit. He thinks he's better than us, dresses better, always talking down and joking about peasants. He's just
I can punch him again.
intolerable
I can
little
trip him again.
snot. So you want to trip him again on the way out?
No, the conversation. She's like, she can punch him again, and I'm like, I can trip him again.
I was like, I can punch him.
And by the way, you noticed when you punched him square in the chest, a lot of people smiled under their breath. They didn't quite cheer, but you tell they wanted to cheer, but something was stopping them. Apparently, despite him being a little shit, he has something that other people want. You suspect it's probably money. A lot of people would be employed by him and so on.
After Baccaris leaves, Anvar is just going to say, let's return to the celebration of Ispin.
Yes.
And
We need more ale.
Here.
Becklin says, I'm sorry. I am not surprised. He is a little shit for sure. I do apologize. And I'm going to say Teo. Actually, it's weird. I have this app so I can see at a glance what your stats are, but it's hiding some of them, so I just have to manually check them. Okay. I'm going to say Teo. As you weren't really involved with dealing with this little shit, you notice somebody a particularly somber guest. Like, everybody's joking around and having a good time. And with your passive perception of 16, notice someone kind of keeping to themselves, keeping to the friends of the reception. No one's really interacting with them. Like the barkeep offers her a drink and she refuses it. And looks like an elf, blue-skinned elf. And she's just quietly watching from the side. No one's really... People are paying attention to her, but for whatever reason, they're not choosing to interact with her.
She refused the alcohol. Oh.
Yes, she refused it. Yep, she's just standing on the edge.
Okay.
Just watching quietly. She stands out.
Okay. Just for the sake of keeping everyone in the loop, I get a beer for me, an ale for me, and maybe some water or some refreshment without alcohol, and I walk towards her.
You offer her the water?
Yeah, I heard this is... I saw you refusing some alcohol. Maybe you need some non-alcoholic drink?
Oh, that is very kind of you. I'll accept your water. And she brings it to the lip and just takes the barest little sip.
You look maybe sad, or you don't want to share a beautiful story, or maybe it's too early for you, too hard?
I prefer to, shall we say, not be the center of attention. I knew Ispin in passing. As a respect, I came here. But you obviously, from the tale you told, knew him better than I did. So you have my sympathy and my condolences.
Thank you very much. But as Becklin said, today is not a day of mourning, but a day of celebration. So let's try to remember the best stories, and think that also good stories for us will come.
Leo, make me a persuasion check.
Okay.
Ooh.
I think it actually had... yeah, it's correct.
18.
18,
Good.
Yes.
While I do not have a story to tell, do have a song I would like to sing. And she clears her throat and starts singing a song in Elven. And as she starts singing this beautiful elf song, those who speak Elven would recognize that it's not a song about Ispin per se. It's a song about friends lost and, but not forgotten. And the whole bar goes quiet as they're taken in by the song. And she's seemingly not even noticing that she's all of a sudden in this song. She sings this very mournful song. Then after a couple of minutes, she realizes she's the center of attention and finishes the song. And she looks almost embarrassed as people start talking again. I hope that was suitable.
It was indeed.
Would Gwen, is there any chance that she would, recognize her from anywhere? Just being older?
Same with Arson. Yeah, would we recognize her since elves rarely leave?
I'm going to say no, you don't.
Hey.
I mean, she's odd in that she's plainly an elf, plainly has musical talent, and is also plainly blue.
Would we know that she's possibly a Dragskonst, or however you pronounce it, elf, a deep elf, since she's blue, that she comes from the sea?
That would be a fair assumption.
Okay.
Now, sorry, I didn't mean to be the center of attention. Thank you for the water. And once again, you have my sympathies for your loss.
Thank you.
And even before you leave, she quietly finds another corner to sit in. Okay. So more. Does anybody else have a story to share? I think that was everybody. I think Arson, you tagged on with Gwyn. So unless there's any other stories. Okay. More stories are told and the reception gradually wind down. Becklin approaches you. Once again, thank you so much for coming. As I said, I have something for you. Please come meet me at the Thornhall Keep in the morning. There's something that Ispin himself left for you. But I'm glad you made that shot, Gwyn. A little bit of tension with the first missed shot, but you got it at the end. Well done.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Good evening, madame.
Good evening. Okay, and the reception gradually winds down. People go back to their homes or in the bars. You guys settle up your bill, which was paid by Anvar, I believe.
Yeah.
And you retire up into your rooms. Is there anything else you wish to do in the evening? Please let me know.
I think Andor would like to take a stroll outside, maybe look at the moon, look at the stars. Just an evening walk and then return to his room.
Cool. Well, you most certainly can look at a moon because there are 3 of them. But you see the red moon, the white moon, and the black moon. And while they're not perfectly aligned like they was for your test, Power of High Sorcery, they're there. And, yeah. Okay, so you check out the stars, the moons, retire to your room.
Arson would like to try to take an hour before going into his trance to use his poisoner's kit to make a couple vials of poison if possible.
Sure. Make a poisoner's kit check.
Okay, is that just a dex check?
It's more intelligence, I think.
Okay,
To know which things to do.
intelligent. Oh, nope. It's been a long time since I've made poison.
Yeah. You make something quite nasty, but not a poison per se. Okay. Anybody else?
Yeah, I guess Ilva is going to step outside for a bit. Hasn't really drank any alcohol. Probably ask Levina at some point if Huma Dragonbane drank alcohol, and not sure what to do. I guess we're gonna step outside for a bit and take care of Atgeir, brush him a bit, yeah, feed him a bit, and then retire, polish your armor, and go to bed.
Okay. With that, you will get a good night's sleep, and you wake up bright and early and meet down in the brass crab. And already now, even though you've woken up quite early, you hear the sound of the festival outside. It's on.
Is it open already?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Kids. It's almost like Christmas, you know. Kids want to get up at the crack of dawn and go check out the games and see what's happening. But the village is alive.
I don't know you guys, but I have a great sleep. Do you want to go to the Thornwall Keep and talk with Pekin before heading towards the festival?
I think
Yeah.
we should do that. We do have an appointment together, after all.
And I'm curious.
We're waiting
She
for
said he has a gift.
I
wonder.
agree. She said bright and early. We should go sooner than later.
Yes.
Okay. So you head out onto the streets, and as I said, the town is abuzz with festive energy this morning. As you see locals set up stalls and hang decorations. Ahead, the road to Thornwall Keep climbs a low hill towards an ancient edifice, almost ghostly in the morning mist. As you can see, Thornwall Keep is in a state of disrepair. Parts of it are broken, some walls are missing. You can tell some repairs have been done. But you see a young man approaching you, coming from outside the keep. This is what he looks like. Just a second. This young gentleman here. Oh, hello. I have heard about you. You're friends of Ispin, right? There's don't tell me there's Gwyn, Arson, Enva, Evil, and Teo. Do I have that right?
That was
Ilva,
impressive.
yes.
Ilva. Oh, terribly sorry. Oh, you're a knight of Solemnia.
Yes.
Oh,
Do
fun.
you want to join the knights, perhaps?
Oh, I do. I want nothing more. Becklin is my. She's training me. I really hope to be a knight, just like her one day. That'd be absolutely marvelous. Forgive me. I'm talking too much. To be honest, I'm a little overawed. Yeah, Ilva, you're you, my lady. I've never seen people. Knights of Solemnia other than Becklin. It's an absolute pleasure to see you. And elves! Oh my goodness, elves! A pleasure to meet you. And he awkwardly comes up and tries to shake your hand, Gwyn.
I will reach up my hair and hand him a flower as well.
Oh, thank you. And goes to shake Arson's hand.
Arson will give him like the night shake to grasp his arm fully and then shake.
Sort of around the wrist, that sort of handshake.
Yep, around the wrist. Yep.
And you tell he's trying to squeeze your arm tightly. It's not that tight. Oh, well, as I said, actually, Bicklin has asked me to go to the fish bowl and fetch you some fish pies for breakfast. Maybe we can walk and talk.
Oh,
Definitely,
yes.
yeah.
Sure, would love to see more of your city here.
Oh, well, yes, the fish pies here are absolutely legendary. Everybody loves the fish pies. And, you know, this festival, it celebrates the victory of the Knights of Slumnia. Lord Decatur Vogler himself. And he overcame the forces of the Empire of Ishtar. Now, this battle occurred hundreds of years ago, long before even the Cataclysm. Tell me, there's a reenactment at the conclusion of the festival. Are you guys going to be part of the reenactment?
Oh yeah, I think that'd be fun.
Oh, fantastic. Of course, it's just with wooden swords and the like. But it is good fun. But the day's festivities, music, food, and games associated with the town's founding. If you like, after we've met up with Bicklin, I can show you the sites and the games you can play. Would you be interested in that?
Yeah, that sounds like fun.
For sure.
Oh, right. And by this time, you've wandered over to the fishbowl. Darrett goes in, and he comes back with almost a hamper with a tea cloth over it. You can see the steam rising, and you can smell the fish pies, and they smell absolutely delicious. Oh well, it's best if we not keep the lady waiting. All right, let's go back to the keep. And as you're going back to the keep, and Darrett talking far too much and obviously just excited to meet you. He looks a little bit in awe of you. And as he goes through, you see the same person who interrupted the service yesterday, Bacchus. And he says, "Oh, Darrett, my horses need mucking out. Please attend to it post haste." What?
Sorry, back rub.
Sure, Bacchus. I just need to get these people to see the lady. Oh, do not hurry. Please, my horses need mucking out. I can't be expected to ride on a dirty horse now, can I? Oh, sorry, Baracus. I'll get that post haste. As you walk past, Bacchus just turns his nose up at you, eyeing you in the eye, Gwen. Just keep maintaining eye contact with you.
I'm gonna stick my tongue out.
He glowers back at you. You hear him something muttering under his breath about peasants and the like. Barrett, it's quiet. Well, quiet for Darrett. Like a good 10 seconds go by as he lowers his head, almost embarrassed that he's been asked to muck out the horses. Yep.
I think Anvar would like to try to assert the situation and notice if he's sad in any kind of way, and then try to just asking him a lot of questions to try to get his mind off of the situation.
What do you ask him?
Well, I'm gonna first asking about, well, you live here, right? Maybe you could tell us a little bit about the story, or maybe a little bit about yourself.
Well, thank you for asking. I mean, my name is Darrett, and I literally owe this town my life. You see, when I was younger, and I grew up in Vogler. It's all I've ever known. Yeah, I mean, I aspired to be a knight like yourself, Ilvar. But my parents abandoned me in this town over 2 decades ago. Or about, 16 years ago when I was born. And for years, I was just a ward of the community. before I came under Becklin's wing, and she's been training me, teaching me the ways of the Knights of Slumnia, while I work for Barakas, and the house, shall we maintain my upkeep. No, it's not. It never gives me the pleasant jobs.
You said you aspire to be a knight as well. Do you want to leave Vogler someday?
Oh, well, someday perhaps. But Becklin has made her home here, and she teaches me, and I will stay here until my training is complete.
I think that sounds like a noble situation to be in.
You're lucky to have found a mentor as well, Darret. As lowborn, it's a harsh prospect to join the Knights if you're not of noble descent, I've heard. Or perhaps, was that... I'm not sure, was that years ago? Did I abandon that notion, Lady Dracorn?
The most important thing for a knight is not so much where you're born in nobility, but to find your own nobility. But while it must be true, most people aspiring to be the Knights of Solomnia do come from noble birth, though it's not necessary. I'm sure you, young Darret, will make a fine Knight of Solomnia one day. As Darret turns bright red. Oh, thank you.
Just ignore the sneers and condescending looks. You get used to them in time.
Well, we all know the story of the Knights of Solomnia and how they sided with the Ishtar and you're not predating the cataclysm and blah 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 blah. Well, that's true to a certain extent, you know. We can still find our nobility once again.
We shall.
Alright. And by this time, you'll go into the keep itself. And yeah, so vines of bronze-studded ivy cling to Thornwall's keep, ancient three-story stone tower, the tallest structure by far in Vogler. From its crenated roof rise an elaborate device resembling a catapult. Crumbling ruins of walls and other fallen structures surround the keep, and amid them lie several shallow square pits and covered excavation sites. Darret takes you into the keep. There's... Oops. Sorry, what's going on here? There we go. There has been a breakfast put on for you with lots of delicious breakfast food. Guys, just let's make yourself at home. Lady Becklin will be here in a second, and almost on cue, Becklin enters the room carrying a shallow wooden box, approximately 3 feet to a side. And she sits it down gently on the table. And she says, well, welcome to Thornwall Keep. It is not the most glorious of accommodations, but it is my home. Thank you all for the words you said last night in memory of my good friend Ispin. And Ispin has left this for all of you. But it comes with a condition. As she puts this shallow wooden box and slides it to the center of the table. It comes with a condition. Since he won't be attending the Kingfisher Festival this year for obvious reasons, he wanted you to all participate for him. Specifically, he hoped that you would take his place during the reenactment of the Battle of Hill. Every year he looked forward to participating and dying in an even more ludicrous way than the year before. Becklin smiles at the memory and she opens the box, revealing a round green shield. And you all instantly recognize it. This is Ispin Greenshield's green shield. And she said he wanted to leave this for you. once again on the condition that you participate in the reenactment of the Battle of High Hill. And I would not be so bold as to give it to one of you in particular. I'll leave that for you to decide who shall bear the shield.
Well, Nova, maybe it should be you since you have training with the shield.
Oh, me? I couldn't. Well, oh, that's a lot of pressure. But if you think I
No
could,
pressure. It's just sentimental.
I suppose I'll do. It's been proud if you uh, want me to do it.
I mean, what better way to try to honor him than use his shield?
I guess that is true. Hmm.
Definitely take it into adventures. Same way he did.
It'll be like he's always with us, a part of the battles.
That is a nice thought.
But first, we have a quest to participate in the festival. And following the stories we heard about Ispin, I dare you into a bet. We will vote for whom dies in the funniest way. Let's try to make a competition to make it funnier than ever. The same way that Ispin did before.
Funnier than ever?
Funnier than ever, no? Just say it, Becklin, that he used to make like his deaths in this festival always really funny and really hilarious. If I did understood correctly. Malcolm, maybe I misunderstood. Sorry. Did Becklin say that Ispin used to participate in the festival and make really funny deaths?
In particular, the reenactment of the Battle of High Hill. He always participated in that, and he enjoyed making each death more ludicrous than the year before.
Okay, but that is where I'm going. So let's try to make a ludicrous death also during the. So let's say, let's say. So let's try to make the most ludicrous one and see who is making the best.
Okay. So you take the shield, Illiver?
Yeah. I gingerly pick it up and look it over, and
It is a magnificent shield. I mean, it's got the front of the shield has got green, mostly coming from representation of trees and vines and things like that, which give it its green hue. And mechanically, Christian, it's a +1 shield. So feel free to add a +1 shield to inventory.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, I'm glad you took it, Ilva. It suits you, and do Ispin proud by the Battle of the High Hill. What? Okay. And that it says, excuse me, my lady, I promised to show these people the sights and sounds of the town festival. Oh, that's fine, Darrett. Perhaps you could show them the gnome flinger first. Oh, that's an excellent idea, my lady. And he takes you right to the top of Thornwall Keep. On top of the top of Thornwall Keep is it looks almost like a catapult. Actually, I think I have a picture of this. Just let me check. Yeah, this is what it looks like on the top of the tower.
Well, that looks interesting.
Yes, this is so perched on top of the withered stones of Thornwall Keep is a bizarre contraption that resembles a ramshackle catapult. Standing by the front gate is Than, the keep's resident gnome inventor, and Than lights up at your approach. Yes, so welcome to the festival. We're looking for test subjects in the name of science, but nobody is volunteering for some reason. So which one of you brave adventurers is brave enough to test out the gnome flinger?
Absolutely, I'll do it. It's awesome.
All right.
Wow. Okay. Wouldn't this, well, cause damage to the person being tested?
Oh no, 9 times out of 10 it is non-lethal. You'll be fine. Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
Non-lethal?
Well,
But
mostly
little
non-lethal.
damage?
Look, what are you
Mostly.
talking? This lady here is brave. But tell you what, I'll
Yeah.
give you a natty crash. And
Are you
eventually-
sure, Gwyn?
Yeah.
Well, okay. Um, uh, well, if anything happens, I guess I could maybe try to patch you up a little bit, but yeah, all in the
You'll do
name
great.
for science, I guess.
Look, it's
Absolutely.
perfectly safe. Look, I'll give you this natty crash. And you hopefully see the art. And it's a backpack that has a balloon on it, like a rudimentary parachute. So I'm going to put you in this gnome flinger, fire you hundreds of feet away, and just before you hit the ground, I suggest you pull the ripcord, and you'll be perfectly safe, no problem.
Perfect.
Okay. And this gnome goes around and starts cranking cogs, adjusting steam vents. And one time he burns his face. Ah, shit! Wasn't supposed to do that. It's okay. It's okay. No problem. No problem. And he gets some tar and kind of smears it to stop the steam coming out. Not that he's fixing the problem where the steam is coming from, more treating the symptom of the steam leaking out. Ah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Okay. Alright, and he starts wheeling a cog in the seat that you're sitting in with this. I assume you put on the nary crash, Gwyn.
Yeah.
Okay. And you hear the cogs clicking, and it clicks into place. Who would like the pleasure of pressing the button to sail this elephant to the sky? It's this little button here.
If I may, please.
You press the button.
Bonk.
Whoosh. You get flown into the air.
Amazing.
Can you roll me a D100, please, Gwyn?
Okay.
So, you're launched out a good 360 feet. Just soaring
Heck
away. Let's see how far that is. So, well off the map. Just going, and you're approaching the ground. Do you attempt to pull the ripcord?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm not gonna just splat on purpose.
Okay, roll me a. Oh, sorry. Let me just check. Roll me a D20. Plain old D20.
Ah.
You're
Ooh.
rapidly approaching the ground, and you pull the ripcord just in time. And you don't
Oh.
land with a smooth landing, but the parachutes definitely deploy and stop you, and you roll for a little bit. I get a little bit of bruised and battered, but otherwise perfectly safe. And up on the top, you hear Than says, "She survived! It's amazing! It's amazing!" Oh, wait, no. She survived as expected. The field test is 100% successful. You make your way. You make your way back, Gwyn?
Yeah.
Okay. As you're making your way back, Than says, "Look, it's perfectly safe. You see how far she flew? Who would like a turn?"
No, this is a game of chance. I don't think I should do those. Thank you,
What?
though.
There is no chance in science.
I wonder what is the purpose of this machine? Is to help people travel or to
Yes.
get into buildings?
That's exactly right. During the time of the cataclysm, it said gnomes wanted to be directly in the battle, so they constructed this gnome flinger to fling themselves right into the heart of battle. And after they'd bring explosives and throw down bombs upon the battlefield. Very tactical advantage, the gnome flinger. You seem curious. Would you like a go?
I'm more of an observer, more interested in knowing how it works than being a subject of a test.
Well, let me tell you. And he starts going into excruciating detail about how the gnome flinger works. Now that you know how it works, now that it's perfectly safe, surely you want to turn.
I had a lot of fun with my friend flying. I think I will leave my time of flying for another time.
Okay,
Maybe with
last
less
chance.
ale.
Who? Oh, ale! Ale makes it extra safe. Is anybody going to be as brave as Gwyn?
I guess.
After you said field test, I'm good.
Last chance.
Nope. Ylva is heading back down.
Yeah,
Andvar.
and we're just gonna follow Vilda.
Okay, so you turn back, Gwyn. You give the nary, what's it called? The nary crash back to them, and he says, "Oh, congratulations. That was truly brave. And as you can see, it's perfectly safe, right, Gwyn?
Totally, that was amazing.
None of your friends are as brave as you, so good on you for giving it a go."
It happens.
Gwyn, you can have a point of DM's inspiration.
Ooh.
Oh.
And Darrett says, "Oh, all right. Well, that was perhaps the the most dangerous, life-threatening way. But there's a few other things. My master, Baccharis, he has a game called Guess the Door. That is a rodeo in the center. There's a game of skill called Wizard's Tower. And there's a tavern run and a poetry contest way back at the Brass Crab. And there's the classic fishing contest at the wharf as well. What can I show you? What are you interested in seeing?"
The rodeo sounds fun to me. I guess I could head for that one. But if you others want to do something else, then I could tag along until we get to the rodeo.
No, let's go to the rodeo. I would like to see what's going on there.
Oh yeah, me too.
Okay, so you head across town. Whoops. Across town to the village circle. And in the center of the village square, there's a ramshackle wooden circle has been set up. And in the center, a huge white stallion bucks and jumps, throwing a screaming man off its back onto the dirt. The crowd laughs and cheers as Cudgel Iron Smile jumps to rescue him. As she drags the man out of the ring, the dwarf looks up at you and gives you a grin. "Ah, it's nice to see you again. Are you any of you willing to show these locals how it's done?"
Oh yeah, I would love to give it a go.
What? Everybody can have a turn. Ilva, step on up. And you see this warhorse, magnificently. Her name is Snowflake. She's a gentle one. Yeah. So, here's the challenge. You gotta stay on Snowflake for as long as you possibly can. I wish you the best of luck. Unlike a rodeo, you see Snowflake is kind of coralled in. She's got a saddle and everything on her. Oh, jump on, lass, and if you're prepared to give it a go, best of luck to you.
Time to show everyone what a farmer's daughter and a daughter of Kirk can do.
Okay, so you jump on, Cudgel opens the gate, and immediately Snowflake, very ill-tempered, starts thrashing around, jumping on you, trying to throw you off. Make me an animal handling check, if you'd be so kind.
Okie dokie. Good
With
reverse.
confidence. You got your firm your hand firmly on that rope around it, with one hand up in the air, keeping balance. And you stay on, but you've successfully made her angrier. Can you make me another animal handling check, please?
Oh boy.
Made her angry here.
Despite her bucking and throwing you around, you maintain grip in the snowflake. That's bucking even more wildly. Make me a third and final animal handling check, please.
Oh boy.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow. You maintain a firm grip on it. This is amazing rolls for a +2 on your animal handling. And,
Yeah.
eventually, Snowflake tuckers out. And Kadja says, congratulations! You've ridden the most ill-tempered horse I've ever met in my life. Congratulations. And you just slide
I'm
off
at
the
worst.
saddle. And everybody, hooray! Cheers you on.
Ill-tempered. Didn't you just say she was gentle?
Well, gentle to me. And you see Snowflake come up, and Pudgel has got some treats in his hands, and he just hands it over to her. So nice for her, for him. For her, sorry. Pudgel is a sheep. And I'll tell you what, if you ever are in need of work, then come see me at the in my ironclad regiment. We could have used for someone as skillful as yourself.
Well, I'm with the knights, so I don't think I could, but well, thanks for the offer.
But I understand. If things don't work out, well, you have that chance. Would anybody else like to ride Snowflake?
Instead of holding on, could I try to surf or stand on Snowflake?
The goal is to stay on her for as long as you can. If you think that's easier by standing, then that would be my guest.
Arson wants to give it a shot, hoping he can use acrobatics for it.
Okay.
Like how people stand up on those mechanical bulls and surf them?
So you're literally trying to surf Snowflake.
Yes.
Okay. So it's put into the corral. Snowflake is now ill-tempered as you stand on her. Are you holding on to the reins, or are you just purely your feet?
Purely feet.
Okay. A cudgel opens the door. The villagers look momentarily confused, but they're cheering on what they perceive as some idiot trying to surf a wild bucking bronco. Make me an acrobatics check and an animal handling check, please. Both.
Okay.
Okay. You surf it successfully for a while, holding on perfectly balanced, and almost soothing the horse, saying, this is weird. You almost confuse the horse more than soothing the horse, but it continues to buck. Make me another acrobatics and another animal handling. 22, good. 13, good. So, continuing to ride Snowflake. Some of the locals continue to cheer her on. I mean, obviously some of them are drunk out of their mind, even at this relatively early time in the day, but there's always drunk idiots, but you're managing to hold on. And as Gwyn rolls her hands at Ars, that's a very affectionate nickname. Make me another acrobatics and animal handling check.
Wow.
Okay, so while the really starting to buck strongly, and you got your balance, but the horse is gradually getting out of control. I'm going to make you one final acrobatics check to do this because your animal handling was so poor. If you make another acrobatics DC 15, you maintain your balance on the horse. So one final acrobatics DC 15. Oh, you've already made it. 23. Yeah. Amazing. Eventually, Snowflake runs out of energy and you simply slide off you and the crowd goes, "Hooray! Woo!" Big cheers, big claps, and you'll definitely grab the center of attention. Fudgel comes up to you, pats you on the back. Oh, lad! Oh, that was amazing! Is that how all of you elves ride horses?
No, I just wanted to add some flair.
Ah, flair you did. Good on you, lad. Well done.
I posted a GIF for it.
Oh, let's have a look.
That's terrible. I hate that.
Yeah, that is mildly
hate that a
disturbing
lot.
to look at. All right. Any of you other people would like to ride the horse?
I think
I've
after
done a fine job.
Tayo?
after this display of skill, I think I passed. I think that was the peak of any other contender.
Yeah, it looks like fun, but I don't really want to risk, well, losing my hood for this.
What about
Come on,
you,
Anwar,
Gwyn?
it's pretty
You
fun.
gonna let a fellow elf upstage you?
Absolutely. He's good. He's fine. He's so much better than me at like most things. We're good.
All right. All right. Darius says, all right,
I was
well,
won-
yeah.
No, I was wondering. Sorry, no, I think we had a lot of fun here, but I see that there is a wizard's tower over there. Maybe we can take a look.
Ooh, yeah, that looks like fun.
Of course I can take you over there, says Darrett. It's a game called Wizard's Tower. But anyway, let's wander over. So he takes you over to the Wizard's Tower. And it's inside the fishbowl itself. You see, inside of the fishbowl, the place is packed with patrons. But you spot a man in a hooded cloak laughing as he scoops up a pile of coins from a small group of disappointed locals. As they leave with empty pockets, the stranger pulls his hood back to reveal a thin, mustached man with a fox-like smile. And he says, do we have anyone feeling lucky enough to win some coins? This simple game of skill.
I'll give it a go.
All right. Welcome, my lady. Would any of your friends like to join?
Is this the Wizard's Tower?
The game is called Wizard's Tower.
And you're the one responsible for holding this game?
I am.
Okay.
It's all
Oh,
in good
and-
spirits.
I'm intrigued, so I would like to play too.
Okay, so we have Gwyn.
How many players do you have room for?
I have room for as many as want to play.
Ilva, Arsene, would you like to join as well? I think I would like to, at least.
I recall Darrett calling this some kind of game of chance. I'll heed the measure. I guess I'll observe.
Didn't he say it was a skill-based game?
He did?
Yep.
Oh,
It's just
well,
a matter of stacking coins. If you've got a steady hand, you'll be fine.
okay, I could give it a go. You think that's okay, Lady Dracorn?
Well, as I said, it is frowned upon, but not strictly forbidden.
I shall adhere to the code then. I'll just observe you guys.
I hear mentally Christian debating with Ilva. Things that Christian wants to do, but Ilva not so much.
Indeed.
Okay, so far I've got Gwyn, Teo, and Anvar. Is anybody else participating?
Earthen will.
Okay. Okay, so those are the 4 competitors. I'll just start quick notes about this. The game is quite simple. The goal is to make a tower of coins as tall as you possibly can. Now, to participate in this game, I will require a gold piece from each participant.
Dokie.
Arson
Sure.
flips it over.
Now, the goal of this game is to construct a wizard's tower as high as you possibly can. Last person standing takes the pot. So, to begin with, take any coins you might have and start stacking them up. So all of you do that with coins, doesn't matter if they're copper or gold or whatever, and you start stacking coins higher and higher. The start is quite easy, but I'm going to need all participants to roll me a d6. Oh, sorry, take it back. 3d6, my apologies. Just ignore those rolls and start again. 3d6. So Gwyn, 7. Anvar, also 7. Those are good rolls.
14.
And Anvar, Teo 8. Anvar 7. And Arson was...
14.
You're off to the bus stop?
Yeah, can you hear me? I have it on my phone. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. I just didn't see your roll and roll 20.
Oh, yeah,
It's
he's walking to the
14.
bus stop.
Okay. Cool. So you all start stacking coins up and up and up. And all your towers look pretty simple. And as you continue building the tower gets higher and higher and higher. Okay. So what I want you to do is to now roll 4d6. Instead of 3d6, roll 4d6. And what you're trying to do is get over your previous roll. So Gwyn, for example, needs to beat a 7 on 4d6.
Arson fails. His is 12.
12. So Arson, yours just collapses.
Is there any way to control it beyond chance, or he was lying to us about the skill?
Lying, I guess, exaggerating the game. So, regardless, Teo, you continue building your tower higher and higher with a 16. Anvar, what did you roll? 16.
Yeah.
Okay. So of all the... And Arson, yours just promptly collapses. So you lose a gold piece, in other words. And Gwyn, your tower is looking pretty rock solid. Teo, Anvar, a little wibbly. But you continue stacking coins higher and higher and higher. This time, roll 5d6. So Gwyn, you're looking to beat a 10. Oh, you're doing very well, Gwyn. Teo was a 16. Teo, wow, you do it, but very high. Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Teo,
the next one is going to be difficult.
And Anvar, what did you roll? 11.
11, so fails.
Yeah, so Anvar is out. And at this stage, people are crowding around looking at how incredibly high Gwyn's tower in particular is looking. It's getting higher and higher. 7, 10, 12. It's hard to do much better than that in this game. And you continue stacking your wizard's tower. Roll 66. Gwyn, you're 12. Teo, 26. Gwyn, 24. That's successful. It is higher than
I'm running
26.
I'm running 5 and another one afterwards, but I think it's not going to be enough anyway.
No.
Yeah.
So, yeah, 20.
Okay.
It collapses. So with a great... Your final tower collapses. And Gwyn, you are standing tall. And you have won the competition, Gwyn, but people are still cheering you on, going, higher, higher, higher. If you wish to go higher,
Amber's gonna
still,
join. Join the chat.
roll 76, Gwyn. You have one, but people want to see how high you can get it. So 76, you're looking for a 24 or higher. Oh, it gets ridiculously high. And they keep on chanting, higher, higher, higher.
Oh no.
8d6, getting higher than a 34.
Oh,
Finally it collapses down. But people cheer, hooray! And you collect up your coins easily enough. And the person with the mustache, congratulations, my lady, you have a steady hand. Now it's traditional to give you the dealer 5 silver pieces from your winnings. And he holds out his hand expectantly.
Can I insight check him to see if he's
Sure.
pulling my leg?
Sure. You're not sure.
I'll give him 3.
The tradition is 5, but being such a beautiful lady that yourself, who am I to refuse? So you give him, he accepts the 3 silver pieces. So everybody who lost loses a gold piece, and I guess your net winnings is 2 gold, 7 silver, as your net winning win. So feel free to add that to your gold. Anybody up for another round?
No. I've won. I think I'm good.
Always good to quit when you're at a head, I guess. Well done. Gary says, oh, all right. Well, well done, Gwyn. That was an impressive display. I think the other attractions we've got, we can go to see the West Hyde House, where Babacaris is. Or we could go to the tavern. There's some fun games to be had there.
up to you. I saw this at the port, the harbor. Is there a game also on fish catch? Is this about fishing?
A classic game of catch the biggest fish.
I've
Is with-
never actually been fishing before, so that could be a fun experience.
That sounds like fun to me too.
All right. Well, as I said, I've got the whole day to explore. We can do all these things.
It would be nice to have a game of skill. I think that the man in the previous tavern oversold his game.
Well, it's all part of the carnival atmosphere, I guess. All right. And Gwyn, that was very impressive, says Darrett. I've never seen such a steady hand.
Thank you. Lots of practice.
Oh, well, you're a lady of many skills. I'm impressed. You head off to the fish catch, right? This is right at the point of where the funeral was had for... Oh, wait a minute. I have some art I neglected to show you. Well, there was a funeral, but I've showed you that one before because it was part of some gifts. Here is what the festival itself looks like. And that is all the art I have to share. So that gives you some atmosphere. But you head off to the... Oops. Go away. You head off to the wharf. And... You see a fishing pole resting on a person who looks like this. Who looks like this? And as you're approaching, she says, welcome. I don't believe we met. I am the mayor of this town, Mayor Raven Althvolger. Welcome to my town. Let me formally welcome you to my town.
That's
Oh,
for the,
thank you.
thank you. Yeah.
Now, I must say that all of us knew Ispin, and he spoke extremely well of you guys. It's an absolute pleasure to have him in my town. And congratulations on that shot you took, Quinn. It was a hard shot, bit of a false start, but I think maybe Ispin would have got a laugh out of it that the first one missed. So it just added to the atmosphere. So thank you for that.
Absolutely.
It was a really hard shot, indeed.
It was a hard shot, and quite frankly, if you'd missed it a couple more times, it would have gotten even harder as you drift away out into the harbour there. So thank you, Quinn. You might, as I said, I think Ispin would have got a laugh out of it that the first one missed. So thank you once again on behalf of the town.
We are coming here for a game. We heard that there is some possibilities of fishing a big fish.
Well, yes. Well, and she kind of gathers up your attention, having introduced herself as the mayor. She says, well, it is indeed time to find out among us Kingfisher fisherfolk who is the Fisher King. As she cast her own line into the Vingard River, the competitors receive her pun with good-spirited groans and laughters as they cast their lines as well. There are fishing poles available for you if you wish to participate in this as well. So who is
I would
picking
like
up a
to
fishing pole?
participate.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go fishing.
And where is it going to be like? Does anyone have any tips or recommendation of what to do?
I used to go with Ispin actually when I was a kid fishing. You should try to get your line into an area that is clear, that there are no plants or rocks that could break the pole.
Oh, okay. And how do I know when I have a fish?
Oh, you will know. Believe me, you will know.
True, you will.
Okay.
You'll feel a tug on the rod, and you just pull back real hard.
Okay.
But not too hard.
Not too hard. Well, okay. Seems complicated, but I guess I'll give it a try.
Raven,
Not hard,
Mayor
but
Raven,
not too hard.
smiles at this conversation. Well, the thing is with fishing that the first part is purely luck. Who will bite it? But that is then when the skill comes in. Maybe you'll get a tiny river eel, and you can bring that in easily enough. But there's an enormous carp there, almost legendary. People have sworn they've seen it, called Benabog the Line Breaker. If you bring that in, you'll surely win the fishing competition. But as I say, at the start it is pure luck for who does it. Best of luck. Everybody who is participating in the fishing contest, please roll me a d20. It's a flat d20.
Mm, 8 for arson.
8. Okay. I'm just arson. 8. Okay, so we'll go from top to bottom. So Andvar, you feel a pull on your rod, and it's very, very heavy, and you start to trying to reel it in, and you reel it in a little bit. You get exhausted, and it pulls on your line. You give it slack, and you reel it back in again, trying to exhaust it. And can you make me a survival check, please?
Survival? Sure.
Unfortunately, it gets away. It slips it off, and whatever fish you might have caught just swims away. No good. Turns out it was perhaps a little too big for you to reel in.
I'm just gonna say, this is tough work.
Ilva, you two get a bite on your line. Can you two make me a survival check, please?
Yep. Nope.
Same story. You get a fish, try and reel it in. This is where the skill comes in, and you fail, unfortunately. Gwyn, you feel a very tiny tug on your line, and you too attempt to pull it in. Make me a survival check, please, Gwyn. You bring up the first fish of the day. You reel it up, hoping for a good 3 foot, 5 foot thing, but you pull up a tiny river eel. It's only 1 foot long, but it's 1 foot longer than the things your companions caught. So you pulled up a tiny river eel, just 1 foot long. That was Gwyn. Teo, can you make me a survival check, please? As you feel a bite on your rod.
11.
So sorry, Teo, you rolled initially an 11, and then you rolled an 11. Okay, so you too reel up a fish. It takes a bit of effort, not too much effort, but you let it out, you pull it in, you let it out, you pull it in, and you pull up a mature river eel. It's 1.5 foot long, just a little bit bigger than the fish Gwyn pulled up. So, well done. Anvar, can you make me... Teo... Arson.
Arsene? Yeah.
Arsene, can you make me a survival check, please?
13.
13. You don't bring up an eel. That's the good news. You do pull up a tiny... Oh, wait a sec. 8. You bring up a carp, a fish, decent sized, 1 foot long. But so far, Teo, I believe, is winning the fishing competition. Okay. If you wish to fish again, we can fish. This is a half-hour fishing contest, so every 10 minutes, we can re-roll. So once again,
What are they doing with the fish? Do they have a grill or something to prepare them?
Oh yeah, they're just collecting the fish, and they're going to grill them up later as part of the celebration.
Mm-hmm.
So once again, everybody who wished to try and get a fish, roll me a d20. Gwyn, you don't even lucky enough to get a fish on the end of your line, so it's nothing.
18 for Arson.
18. And Teo, d20.
Ten.
Okay, so Gwyn, you don't even get a nibble, unfortunately. Ilva, looks as if you've captured something perhaps quite powerful. Can you make me a survival check, please, as you attempt to pull this fish in? 20. You do push it in.
Wow.
Usually people try and let it out to exhaust the fish, but you just pull in this fish. And Ilva, you get another mature river eel. It's about 1.5 foot long. It's about as big as the one that Teo bought in. Okay, Anvar, roll me a survival check.
Survival?
Please. Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, almost as quick as it bites is as quick as it goes away. Arson, roll me a survival check, please.
10.
And you feel as if you've got a massive fish on the end of your line, but you're just not quite good enough to bring it in, unfortunately. The fish gets away. And finally, Teo, survival check. 25.
25.
With a plum,
Wow.
Teo. You pull in another fish. This time it's a carp. It's about 1 foot long. It's a bit bigger, a bit smaller than the eel you brought in, but so far you've been successful. And as the final block of this 30 minutes goes by, once again, can I have everybody rolling a d20?
19 for Arson.
Okay.
And before rolling, my fish, I guess, is still alive.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try. Hopefully nobody hears me because of the whole festival. So I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
And I'm gonna ask my fish if he knows where is the big fish that lives in this river, in which area of the river. And if he tells me, I will release him back to the river.
Make an animal handling check with advantage.
It was control advantage?
Yeah, animal handling
Yeah.
with advantage. Yeah,
Yeah,
animal handling.
Let's see. It is no, it's shift for advantage. It's control for
19.
19.
you.
Okay, the fish suggests that if you're looking for the biggest fish, you need to fish all the way over here in the deepest part of the water. And
Okay, so
what that will work out to mechanically, Teo, is you can get to add 5 to your roll. So whatever you roll, add 5 to it.
okay. I'm gonna release my fish as promised.
Cool.
To the water. And I'm gonna move to the area in which I think I can go and fish a bigger fish.
Very smart. Okay, so roll your d20 and add 5.
That would be a...
Wow.
You have a chance. So we'll go through these. Anvar, Arson, Ilva. Don't see Gwyn. Are you fishing Gwyn?
I'll give it one more go.
Okay. So we'll do Teo last. And we'll start with Anvar. Anvar, make me a survival check.
Ooh.
You do pull up a tiny river eel, measuring just a foot long. But I think, is that the first one you've caught?
Yeah, and once Anwar gets the fish up, he's gonna be so happy to be even able to get a fish in the contest.
I'm sure the fish
he's
will
gonna be so excited and show everyone his fish.
I'm sure it'll be 3 foot long by the end of the day, even though it's just a foot long. Okay, well done. Well done, Anvar. Ilva, survival check, please.
Yep. Oh.
9. Gets away. Have you managed to bring up a fish, Ilva?
Yes. A mature river eel. Just one.
Nice. And as I said, we'll come back to Teo because that's an interesting role. Gwyn, survival check, please. 11. 11 is enough. You pull up a tiny carp, about a foot long. It's not an eel, an actual fish. And, Arson. What did Arson roll? A 19. Okay, Arson, survival check, please.
Okay. Press the 2 right there, kiddo. Hold on. Tell him the result.
Okay.
Tell him that number. Say 9.
9.
9. You feel a massive fish on it, much, much larger and heavier than any other one you found. But unfortunately, you're just not the fisherman to bring it in. So,
You didn't
what
get
would
the
have
fish.
been a greater carp, 5 feet long, but you failed to bring it in, unfortunately. Now, Teo, speaker of the fish, you put your rod out and you feel an enormous weight on the end of it. Perhaps this has been the infamous line breaker. Let's see if you can bring it in, though. Make me a survival check, please, Teo.
What is 19 or 24 the DC?
It's independent. I'll tell you, the DC is 18.
Okay. Sorry. That's okay. It's okay.
The DC is 18 to bring this fish in. Oh! Wow. It takes a good 15 minutes to bring it in, but you bring in Benabog the line breaker, a huge, massive, 8 foot long fish.
Incredible.
Incredible indeed. And everybody just comes up to you and slaps you on the back tail and says, "Oh, that thing was a thing of legend!" And you bring it up. "I can't believe it. Benabog the line breaker. I thought it was just a myth." And they just slap you on the back.
I think it would be really bad to to kill such a creature. So I think once I know I have it, so that it's really with me. I guess people is crowding around. I thought it would be a really terrible to destroy such a beautiful creature. I think someone else should have the chance of enjoying the same I'm enjoying now. And I'm gonna take my knife and I'm gonna cut him loose.
Oh, what are you doing? There's a week worth of eating on that. Don't throw it away.
I think it's best for him. We should all enjoy that feast, seeing him around.
And you throw it?
I think so. Yeah, I will.
Okay, so the Binnabog, the line breaker, crashes back into the river, and people are lightly annoyed. Not annoyed, just quiet amusement that such a magnificent creature is thrown back. The mayor herself comes up to you, Tay, and says, "Oh, congratulations on landing the biggest fish of them all. That was truly amazing."
It was really fantastic, but I thought this magnificent feast belongs back to the beautiful Binga River for all your people to enjoy him and see him and maybe fish him afterwards.
Well, I can respect that. That's fine. And as winner of this prize, well, firstly, all contestant participants, she gives you a wooden carving of a kingfisher, like a nice little, fits in the palm of your hand, carving of a kingfisher. And she says, and to the winner, Teo. And she puts a blue knit cap. You can have the choice of what you win. You can have this blue knit cap. There's a very fine cap, or a fishing fly made from blue feathers. Which would you like?
So a blue cap,
Yep, or a fishing fly. And the fishing fly comes with a fishing pole.
I think I would take the blue cap. I like it.
Okay, so she gives you a blue nip cap. Kind of the way it's embroidered, it's got like kingfishing birds on it. And it looks smashing. Okay. Well, congratulations, Tayo. That was amazing, says Darrett. Perhaps we head to the tavern to celebrate. What do you guys think?
Yes, we should.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Drinks are on me.
There we go. Fantastic. All right, so you head your way back over to the Brass Crab. And standing in the center of the Brass Crab, there's a traveling dwarf. And he's a bard of some sort. And he says, all right, welcome everybody. It is time to sing our ode to the hero. Now, I do not know all the words. I'm expecting a participant to come up and help me sing this song. Which of you will help me honor Ispin Greenshield in a song?
It won't be a good song, but we can do this. I'll do it.
All right. There's many chances to do this. Okay, he gets up and starts playing his fiddle. It's okay. It's not the best song in the world. But he starts singing. And he says, when I stop singing, miss, you complete the line, okay? Okay. And it says, oh, Ispin Greenshield, hero of Ansalon, once you were here, but now you were gone. He sailed the seas and travelled the land. And he looks at you expecting a poem, a rhyming thing. In fact, I'll show you this. This might be easier. So your line is
Okay.
something.
Okay.
He sailed the seas and he traveled the land.
And drank lots of ale while relaxing in the sand.
Most noble warrior, the greatest knight.
He certainly knew how to put up a fight.
Ooh.
With a shield of green and a blade stained red.
He was always the last to go to bed.
A lover, a fighter, a man without a single flaw.
Who never... He never backed down from a chance for a good brawl.
Oh, Isprin Greenshield, hero of Ansalon, whence we're here, and now we're gone. Everybody give the lass a clap. Good try, good try. Well done.
Very
Gotta
good.
work a little bit on your timing. The timing. Did anybody else like to join me in this ode to a hero?
Arson will give it a shot.
Oh, an elf. Fantastic. Okay, you know the drill. I'll start us off. Oh, Ispin Greenshield, hero of Ansalon, once you were here and now are gone. He sailed the seas and traveled the land.
Alas, it was time for him to leave his clan.
Most noble warrior, the greatest knight.
One that knew certainly how to fight.
With a shield of green and a blade stained red.
He towered over all, even though he bled.
A lover, a fighter, a man without a single flaw.
Everywhere he went, always shock and awe.
Oh, Ispin Grilled Shield, hero of Ansalon, once were here and now are gone. Give the elf a clap. That was amazing. Timing was fantastic too. A little pause here and there, but not too bad. Who else would like to sing the ode to a hero? How about
I
you?
think after both elves have done this amazing job, no one is going to challenge it.
How about you, with the white robes? You look like a smart character. Why don't you give it a go? Everybody give him a clap. Welcome him up on stage.
And we're just gonna take like one step back and be like, are you talking about me?
Yes, come on up. Everybody give him a clap. Welcome him to the stage.
And we're just gonna go up to the stage like with his head bowed down and his hands in his fist, very embarrassed.
Look, and the dwarf bard whispers in here, look, it's all about appearance. If you put your head down, that's just going to start us off on a bad note. Raise your head, lad.
Okay, he's gonna try and raise his head. No one's gonna see his face though.
Okay,
But,
so
he's
still
gonna-
hiding it in shadows, but a head
Yeah.
raised. Oh, Ispin Greenshield, hero of Ansalon. Once we're here, now we're gone. He sailed the seas and traveled the land.
Traveled the land, and he was a great man.
Most noble warrior, the greatest knight.
He wasn't afraid of the night.
Rhyming knight with knight, interesting. With a shield of green and a blade stained red.
He red. He never hid in his shed.
A lover, a fighter, a man without a single flaw.
All his enemies he. Well, no, that doesn't make sense. And we're gonna be like,
Love it.
flaw. He's gonna copy RCNB. Something about awe. He showed everyone his awe.
Oh, Ispin Greedshield, hero of Ansalon, once we're here, and now we're gone. Give him a clap, everybody. If we had participation medals to hand out, he would certainly get one.
And we're gonna slowly walk away from the stage.
Oh, can we perhaps get one more person up here? Look, someone looks like a knight of Slumnir. They're noted for their poetry. Come on up, miss. Give it a go. Talking to Ilva.
I'm so Lemnic is not my first language, but I could try.
Right, well, that's all we can ask for is participation. And you get a polite round of applause as you approach the stage. Oh, Ispin Greenshield, hero of Ansalon. Once we're here, now we're gone. He sailed the seas and travelled the land.
On a journey very grand.
Most noble warrior, the greatest knight.
All would surely know his might.
With a shield of green and a blade-stained red.
He filled his enemies' hearts with dread.
A lover, a fighter, a man without a single flaw.
He also certainly had a big maw.
Oh, Ispin Greenshield, hero of Ansalon. Once we're here, now are gone. Well, that was fantastic. Give the young lady a round of applause. That was right up there with the Alps performance. Well done. Heyo. The bard turns to you. Might we just tempt one more?
I cannot do as well as my colleagues, but I can try to say some words. Even let's try.
Well, that's the spirit. That's the spirit. I mean, your friend got a participation medal in the white robe. Surely you can do better than that. Oh, Ispin Greenshield, hero of Ansalon. Once we're here, now we're gone. He sailed the seas and travelled the land.
With a goat in his head and a sword in his hand.
Most noble warrior, the greatest knight.
He thought he was ready for a fight.
With a shield of green and a blade-stained red.
I found him with a chimera in bed.
A lover, a fighter, a man without a single flaw.
And somehow he could not let go. He could not let it go.
Oh, Ispin Greenshield, hero of Ansalon. Once we're here, now we're gone. Wow, fantastic. Whoop, 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 whoop. Clap, clap, clap. Okay. I think everybody will do this way. Everybody who participated can have a DM inspiration. So you should all have DM inspiration now. And just a reminder, you can, if you roll a 1 and say, shit, I don't want a 1, you can just re-roll it. So it's not advantage, it's a re-roll.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And cheering just erupts around it as you guys did a fantastic job of singing about Ispin Greenshield, an ode to a hero. No, they do not stack. So just one DM inspiration, even though you very bravely did the gnome flinger. Okay. As the poetry contest finishes, you notice people are assembling for a race outside of the Brass Crab.
Like a
Okay.
horse race or running on foot?
A running on foot race. It is called the Tavern Run. Actually, I'll show you the path. This is the path that you would take through land, and it's purely a running race. And you see a group of villagers already outside of the bar in anticipation of the beginning of the race. As she pours over rows and rows of drinks, Yalma the innkeeper rings a bell. Last calls for entries in the annual tavern run. First prize is one of Uncle Althar's best pies. Last call, last call.
Should we enter?
Why not?
Let's see who's the fastest.
Oh, I don't think that's really for me, but I would like to watch you guys if you want to join.
I will cheer you up too.
Okay, so it sounds like Gwyn, Arson, and Yelliva are racing?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And no, sorry, who was Gwyn, Yelliva,
Arson's going to.
and Arson. Okay. So that's what I took as running. Okay. Also competing are 3 local guards. So let me just get organized here. Okay. So, as this is a tavern run, says the innkeeper, Yalme, we're going to start with a first round of drinking. You must quaff a drink. You must race towards the fishbowl, going through the crowded streets, and come back here as quickly as you can. So please line up in front of the table. And you all make your way to the front of the table. And Yalame says, okay, on your marks, get set, go!
Wait.
Oh,
Does it need to be alcoholic?
yes, it's a tavern run.
It was gonna give a look to Lady Dracorn.
She shrugs.
Okay.
Woo!
On your marks,
First alcoholic beverage, all right.
get set, go! I'm going to say, because Illivar is not used to drinking at all, you can make this at disadvantage. So everybody make a constitution saving throw, except for Illivar, who can do a constitution saving throw at disadvantage.
I'm doing amazing.
Can Anvar try to cheer Ilva on for some, well, courage to take the drink or something like that?
Not gonna help.
Arson, you scull down this ale, no problem at all, just shake it off. Gwyn, Yelliva, you're looking decidedly green. It's not looking good. Now let's do the 3 guards as they quaff their drinks. Just going to be straight D20s. So the DC was 11, by the way. 1, 2, 3. Oh, they're all instantly drunk.
Ouch.
Or instantly poisoned. So mechanically, everybody except Arson is drunk.
Oh, what a race.
Poison.
What a
Amazing.
race.
Amazing.
So you scull it down and green, but then you start racing down the street. We're going to start with Gwyn. In your poison condition, Gwyn. First of all, just roll me a d4. 4. You see you see a back alley. It could be a little bit of a way to gain an advantage. And you see one of the guards ducking down there as well. So you know it's not illegal. But you know you can go down this alley and avoid many of the obstacles around. But you're going to need to make me an athletics check at disadvantage to see if you can navigate these streets in your drunken state. That's why it's at disadvantage. So athletics at disadvantage. Oh, you just crash headlong into one of these crates, and it ends up taking you even longer. Not good. So I'll just take a note of that. Please roll with a 2. Oliver, same thing with you in your drunken state. Roll me a d4. 1. So, as I said before, people have done a day drinking and it's turned into afternoon drinking. And you see a group of inebriated men mistaking you for their friend Algar. And they start drunkenly going towards you. Algar! What are you running for? What are you doing, Algar? What do you do, Gilliver?
I try to run away from him.
Running away from them would be taking you backwards.
Oh,
race
yeah.
forward goes through them. What do you
Yeah, I'm gonna push through them.
do? Okay. So you're just going to lower your shoulder and boom. Okay, make an
Yeah.
athletics check at disadvantage because you're drunk. 12. Yeah, you lower your arm and you bash your way through them. It's not the most effective. It does slow you down a little bit, but you do get through them. And they turn and say, Algar, what the hell, Mel? Oh, Algar! Oh, wait a minute, I'm Algar. What? And they're thoroughly confused. And Arson, you continue push through the street. You can roll me a d4, Arson.
Okay.
2. Now, you see just out the corner of your eye, there's a group of mischievous children, and they've laid out marbles on the road for runners they know will be coming past. And you see these marbles just scatter across. Make me an acrobatics to see if you can dodge these marbles on the ground.
With ease.
With ease, you barely break your stride and just dash through. Okay. I'm just going to have the guards as they go through various obstacles. 9, 4, 16. Okay, so having dodged, well, not dodged or fallen into or slamming into crates like Gwyn did, you come around the corner of the fishbowl and carry on and start going along the dwarf, which is the final run to the possible end. Can I have everybody okay, so you're all feeling in green, tired, and you know that it was given strict instructions that anybody who vomited would immediately be disqualified. Shows your lungs are burning, the alcohol in your belly. Can I have everybody make me another Constitution saving throw? And this is straight rolls for everybody, even if you're poisoned, because it's a saving throw. Gwyn, maintain your lunch.
Ooh.
Finish a crossing line.
I'm
Arson.
gonna do it with disadvantage.
Sure. Arson, you're well in front. Look like you're about to cross the line early, but just at the last moment, you pop. And you're about to cross the finishing line. You were in first, but you can't handle your drink apparently, and you go down. And Ilva, you don't even make it near the finishing line before you're all vomiting on the ground. Not only from the alcohol, but from the extreme exertion as well. Let's see if the guards can make it. Actually, I'm not sure what I said, but Gwyn, you don't vomit. You cross over the finishing line. You are good. Let's see if the guards. DC's 11, 1, 2, 3. So that guy vomits. And that guy vomits. Okay, so there's a whole lot of vomiting going on from drinking this beer. One of the guards sprints ahead of you, Gwyn, and he gets here just ahead of you, and you crawl over the line for a very noticeable second. And there is no third.
Woohoo!
And they cheer you on, Ilva, but the guard is getting all the attention, and people throw them up on his shoulder and they say, oh, and he vomits over them as well. There's another big cheer. But everybody is feeling like crap now. Okay. And you see that the guard gets a fresh, hot fish pie. The thing is massive, like sort of about this sort of big. It's a decent sized pie. It's not some boring hand pie. And the guard scoffs down a little bit, and he says, "Good race, friends. Good race. Well done. Anybody like a piece of pie?"
No.
Nope.
Are you
Can't
sure?
think of anything I'd like less than fish pie right now.
The legend has it that's the best cure for a hangover. One last offer.
Arson will
Here,
eat a piece.
I'll take it. Let's go.
Okay, it's a very
Wipe, get the
delicious
flavor
fish
out of his
pie.
mouth.
Okay. Ilva, do you take a piece?
Yeah. Not the big one.
While it does not sound appealing to Malcolm, the idea of a fish pie, but this fish pie is absolutely delicious. In fact, it's so delicious that anybody who is under the effect of the poison condition is no longer under the effect of a poison condition. It appears that this indeed is a cure for hangover, which is more or less what you guys are experiencing. So you're not poisoned anymore. Derek comes up to you, Gwyn, and says, Gwyn, that was amazing. I thought you'd be dead last for sure, but you really rallied at the end there.
Thanks, I'm quite talented.
Oh, yes. And, tell me, Ilva, I'm just at a apprentice knight, but tell me, how did this bring Gloria to the Knights of Somalia? What nobility did you find in this action?
Nothing. I've learned my lesson.
Well, I guess it's only truly a loss if you don't lose anything. It's not a failure if you learn something. So well done. You know, you guys did fantastic. That was good. I love the poetry too there, man. You guys were slamming that poetry. Well done. Well, we have an option now. We can go participate in the door challenge. And I don't know if you want to go there tonight because it's run by Baccaris.
Maybe we should go anyway, just, well, to show him what we're made of.
Let's
Yes,
try
but
not,
if
not to
we
punch
fail,
him.
if we fail, he could make fun of us further.
Well, I guess we better not fail them.
I think we have a lot of things to lose and not much to win. You know, if we do well, he might be angry at our colleagues and friends, and if we do bad. But up to you. Yeah.
Well, if we don't go to that, what else is there to do today?
I would offer to get a drink, but I think you got many already.
The remaining thing to do would be the recreation of the Battle of High Hill. So
Which
you've
we
got about an
promised
hour
to
to
do.
kill. So you can either fill that hour by visiting Bacchus, or hang out and head to the reenactment of the Battle of High Hill.
We could go see what it is then. Guess the door.
Sure. So I'll give you a description and I'll let you decide from there. Well, first of all, you notice West Tide House is an exquisite manor, and it looms large above the modest thatched roofs the houses either side of it. As Bacchus, a finely dressed young man with perfectly swept blonde hair, stands in front of 3 wooden doors. As you watch, a villager skulks away, dragging his feet and patting his empty pockets, as Bacchus laughs and looks at you. How about you, simple things? Can you test your intelligence in my game and actually win something? Or you just the common brute who sucker punch people?
Both?
The game is simple. Anybody with a modicum of intelligence can do it. Behind one of these doors is a bag full of 5 gold coins. And for only a single gold piece, you can guess which door it is behind.
Fine. Baka, whatever you are, flips a gold coin to him.
Alright.
Yeah, Anvar's gonna participate as well.
Yeah. Okay, back rub.
Bacchus. My name is Bacchus.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Did you say Bacchus?
Here's his actual name. Bacchus. You can call him what you like, of course, but that's his actual name. Alright, I think your name was Arsehole or something. You can go first if you like.
Indeed.
Huh?
All right, back rub. What do I got to do?
Okay, we'll choose a door. 1, 2, or 3. It is very simple.
There's no check or anything. It's just choosing a door.
Just choose a door, yep.
3.
3. Okay. And he opens door number 1. He says, well, look, it's not behind door number 1. Would you like to change your mind?
No.
Okay. Then he closes the door behind him, comes out from door number 3, and he says, oh, terribly sorry, the gold isn't here. And he opens the door, and there's a bag of 5 gold behind door number 2. Dreadfully sorry.
Just walks up. Just steps back.
Okay. Doesn't take... Actually, everybody make me a perception check.
What the
Good. Everything's fine. Arson, Ilvar, everything looks fine. Can Ilvar or Tayo spot something?
Okay. Probably not.
Wow.
No. We are distracted.
Okay. Thank you. What about you, sucker punch girl? Would you like a go?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay, and he goes behind the doors, obviously trying to rearrange where the gold is. And he comes back out from behind one of the doors and says, same rules for you, Miss Sucker Punch. Door 1, 2, or 3.
I'm gonna pick 3, but I want to open.
No, you do not put your hands on my property, miss.
Let me open the door, because I don't trust you.
But that is the nature of the game. I'm the controller of the game. I make the rules. I open the doors. And as you're talking,
Are you scared of something?
he opens door number 1. Look, I've given you a hint. It's not behind door number 1. Would you like to try door number 2 or 3? Change your mind? I simply must insist that I open the doors. It is my game, my rules.
Fine. I'll keep it at door number 3.
Okay. He first of all goes in and swings open door number 2. Oh, I'm dreadfully sorry, miss. Dreadfully sorry. And he opens up door number 3. Sorry, door number 2 had the gold behind it. Door number 3 does not.
Do I
Shaking
notice
my head.
anything keeping my eyes on him closely with a 21 perception check?
Sorry, Miss Whisper moved something.
Whispers.
Whispers. This Whisper is brought to you by Dwarven Forge. Go to miniforgoning.com/Dwarven Forge for a 50% discount.
Insight check.
Okay, so that's what you notice, arson. Would anybody else like to try? I mean, it's like taking candy from babies, but please give me more of your candy.
Yeah, Anvar's gonna try as well.
Which door? Anvar 1, 2, or 3?
Well, we tried door number 2 and we've tried door number 3, but we haven't tried door number 1. But I feel like I would try to go for door number 3 once again.
Okay, door number 3. Now, what we're going to do is, as Arson sneaks behind him, we're going to see if he spots you. And I hope you see the dice on your screen there.
Okay.
So, then he gets... I mean, he's keeping a close eye on you. This isn't a passive perception. He gets a +2 to his perception. And what did you roll? You rolled a 15? Is it a 15?
Mm-hmm. 15.
So he needs a 13 or better on this D20 dice to spot you. A 13 or better on this D20 dice. Oh! Close, but not close enough. Okay, so you slip behind, and we'll just pick up the conversation where we were. So, Anvar, you picked door number 3?
Yeah.
And he goes and opens door number 1. Oh, look, nothing behind door number 1, I'm afraid. Do you wish to change your mind or not? And you see a little hatch open up behind Arsene, and this little Kender, this little halfling-type creature, sneaks out and stands behind the door, waiting for the cue from Bacchus. So, it's not behind door number 1. Would you like to change it?
Who sees it? Is it Anvar or
No, it's only Arson.
Arson?
Only Arson.
Okay. In that case, no, thank you. I think I'll stay with door number 3.
And you see this little Kender take the bag of gold and put it.
I wouldn't
behind
do that
the-
if I was you.
And the Kender gently puts down the bag of gold and slinks back in this little trapdoor behind there. So, which was it? Door number 2 or 3? Do you change or not?
No, I think I'll have it at door number 3.
I'm dreadfully sorry. It appears you've lost... Oh. Congratulations! You've won 5
Wow.
gold pieces.
Did I win? Really?
You did win. Um,
That's amazing.
It's amazing. You have the luck of the gods on your side.
Do you
thank-
really think so?
I'm sorry, we need to close this down. I'm too tired of talking with the peasants. Show's over, folks. And he skulks back into his mansion, seemingly closing the thing behind him.
Loser.
I'll come to the group and be like, sorry about that, guys. He was cheating. There was this little Kinder thing that came out of a hatch and was going to place the gold at the second door if you guessed the right door. So I kind of gave him a little scare and allowed him not to cheat.
Oh, wait. So maybe you guys should have won as well, but since he's cheating, so okay.
Likely.
Is it fine with you guys if I share this gold with you? I feel like we all deserve to get something back.
I mean, hey, I'm not gonna say no to getting my 1 gold piece back.
Yeah, I think that's
yeah.
fair.
That's fine.
No
Yeah,
need,
let's
Andor. I didn't participate really, but good eye, Arsene.
Yeah, impressive. I think we should share this equally between all of us. Like, after all, we're a group, aren't we?
I don't think we've discussed that, but it seems we are starting to become one.
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling at least.
Yeah, I was thinking about that before when we got the shield. Ispin wanted us to have it. You know, there were many people there. Many
Yeah.
honorable people, many people that knew him better probably than us, and still he picked us to have the shield.
Yeah, why us?
Hmm.
Yes, indeed.
Strange.
Why did he bring us together and say it was for us and us only?
Maybe he thinks we are still young enough to, have some paths ahead
Hold on a
of
sec,
us.
guys. We have a special guest star who wants to say hi.
Ah,
Ooh. Hello.
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 How's the stream?
It's going
Good.
well.
The
It's
stream's
going real
ready.
well.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Have fun.
We're getting back to play soccer, trying to make this trick shot.
He likes watching himself on the YouTube thing later, so he always wants to do a guest appearance.
Yeah.
Who can blame him? Okay.
Alrighty.
So you split up the gold, it sounds like, between yourselves?
Yeah, I'm gonna hand out a gold piece to everyone.
Okay. Right. Now, you see people starting gathering now. It seems the battle of the reenactment of High Hill is about to happen. You guys gonna head up to High Hill?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. As you get to the river gate, you see the Mayor Raven handing out wooden swords to everybody. Just remember, everybody, this is a mock battle. Bruises, maybe the odd broken bone, but nothing too serious. And she hands you each a wooden sword. I hope you all are participating in this reenactment.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so.
Don't worry if you're not a master of the sword. It's a reenactment. Acting is fine. Just do your best.
Yeah.
And you follow the big parade up to High Hill. And as you pass through the woods and fields, Volga's parade of militia members and reenactment spectators finally reach High Hill. The grassy slope is spotted with trees and crumbled stone fencing. Near the base, several dozen soldiers in matching armor stand in even formation. And the contrast is striking between these mercenaries of the Iron-Clad Regiment and Volga's militia, with their mismatched armor and crooked helmets. But it does nothing to dampen the spirits of those assembled for the Kingfisher's festival's climatic reenactment. So you look around and some villagers are there in haphazard armor. Some of it looks as if it's made of paper and decorated and nothing more. Everybody holds a wooden shield. You can tell some of the people are, inebriated and they're drunk. And it's in stark contrast to the militia. They're up the top there. They're all dressed more or less the same in fine-looking armor. And Mayor Raven calls out and explaining that the mercenaries will charge up from the west side of the hill while the militia and other participants charge down. And we'll clash midway in a mock fight with the mercenaries, the Istarian forces retreating. And you, the town of Vogler, will be the Knights of Solomnia. And you will win this battle, routing the evil forces of Ishtar. And everybody cheers and says, "Hooray!" Okay. After much laughter and jostling, the mayor, Pudgel, and other spectators walk to a nearby vantage to watch. As they do, militia takes up its position atop a high hill, the same hill Salamic troops held centuries ago. They face the mercenaries of the ironclad regiment at the base of the hill. Arrayed as the forces of Istar once were. Though the event is only a reenactment, a tingle of excitement fills the air. Somewhere on the line, a reenactor hoots and yells, "Let's send those Istario scum running!" And a moment later, trumpet blast signals the start of the battle. "For Ishtar!" yells the mercenary leader, a tall half-ogre among several mounted soldiers. And the mock Istarian troops assault the hill. Around you, the vulgar militia charges to meet them. Can everybody make me a perception check, please?
That'll do it.
Yeah, when you notice.
About time she notices something.
You are the only one who notices it. You look around you as the villagers of Vogler have these swords and these wooden swords, and you look up at the militia of Ishtar. They don't have wooden swords. They have metal swords. And even before you have a moment to react, the unexpected sound of metal clashing on armor rings across the field, silencing laughter and melodramatic boasts. A ribbon of red splashes over the grassy hill, followed by shocked screams. Any pretense of a reenactment shatter. High Hill is the site of a true battle with once more. Within moments, all around you, the armed mercenaries attack unprepared villagers, fighting for their lives. And the battle of High Hill is on. Things have gone from a reenactment to an actual one. You watch Rare Maven on the side just gobsmacked, and you watch Pudgel the dwarf, who is apparently the leader of this mercenaries, looking equally shocked as people start hacking into each other. And I know this is a very dramatic moment. This is a matter of tension. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to end it here. I have to attend a parent-teacher conference with my son. So, a little bit early. But we'll pick this up at the betrayal
It's a
of
good
High Hill.
cliffhanger.
Absolutely a cliffhanger.
Interesting. Oh boy.
Amazing.
Oh my.
We'll see how this pans out next week. I mean, we haven't had much combat, but spoiler alert, there will definitely be some combat next week.
I think there's combat next. I'm not sure, but I think there's combat.
Alrighty, guys. Got a dash.
Bye, guys.
Thanks, and we'll
See
see you
ya.
next
Yeah.
week.
All right, see you.
Thank
See you guys.
Bye.